So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can handle a disclaimer message from a guy that you're seeing. So first, let me explain what in the world is a disclaimer message. A disclaimer message is you've been seeing someone for some time. You are really enjoying the experience of getting to know them. You're actually, for once, quite excited about getting to know this guy more. And then suddenly he sends you a message along the lines of, I just wanted to be upfront with you that I'm not really at the stage in my life where I'm looking for anything serious right now, but I'd really like to keep getting to know you if you're okay with that. And suddenly you feel that sinking feeling of disappointment. I'm dating coach and head speaker Hayley Quinn, and I've got the privilege of working with men and women pretty equally. So when it comes to negotiating tricky modern dating situations like these, hopefully I'm going to be able to give you some really clear advice about how you can go about that. Now, of course, this situation is going to feel a bit disappointing to you. It will usually come just at the point where you've actually allowed yourself to begin to start liking someone and be open-minded and to the possibility of a future. So when you get a message like that and suddenly it's like, oh, actually the amount of future we could potentially have is really limited, of course that's going to feel disappointing and you may feel deflated or even start to question, if I was more attractive or if I was smarter, or if I did this, would things be different? The disclaimer message might also come at a difficult point in the dating experience to really know how to handle it, because you may not be sure as of yet if you even like him enough to see him as a potential boyfriend. And because of that, you feel like, well, if I let this go now, am I overreacting? Am I seeming too relationship focused? Maybe I could just see how it goes for a bit because I'm really enjoying his company, and you know what, he's the best guy that I've met in ages and I don't really want to go back to trying to go out and meet someone new. So you can feel all of these good reasons why you should stick in after receiving a message like that. And obviously for the guys who are sending those messages, if that's how you feel, it's way better to be upfront than to mislead someone. So it's good that you've communicated that early on. However, what's important for you as a woman if you're receiving that disclaimer message is to start to really think about whether that's going to work for you or not. This is a rare situation in life where actually words are going to talk louder than actions, because what can complicate this situation further is when, even though someone sent you that disclaimer message clearly saying they're not interested in having a relationship, they can still act day to day a bit like your boyfriend. They're messaging you every day. They want to hang out with you all the time. They're very physical, very romantic with you. So suddenly we get this weird mismatch where you think, well, his actions, he's acting like he's my boyfriend. I'm getting all of that intimacy and emotional closeness and connection from him. And yet I can't get out of my mind the fact he sent me this message. And as I said, this is a time where actually the words are going to talk louder than the actions. It can be very easy to think that because he's behaving and acting like your boyfriend, that somehow makes that message not count, or maybe he didn't really mean it, or maybe he's changing his mind. No, of course, he may want to have that emotional intimacy, that connection, that physical contact with you. He's just clearly said he does not want that within the context of a committed relationship. And it's actually your responsibility to take him at his word and listen to that, rather than creating a different storyline around what his actions may or may not mean, because that feels a bit more comfortable with you. So the first thing we have to do here is we have to go, okay, I am going to just totally accept that message that he said. I'm not going to try and change his mind. I'm not going to try and convince him. I'm not going to start to believe that his actions mean something different to what he actually said. That is what it is, that message. Then, second thing you need to think about is that in line with what I want or not? Now, you may well be in a phase in your life where you're looking for something equally casual, so who cares? Go with it, enjoy yourself, don't break any hearts. If, however, before you met him, you had really clearly and consciously come to the decision where you were like, okay, I'm actually looking for something more meaningful right now, that might shift the balance of things, because there may be the short-term trade-off of having this exciting, sexy guy in your life isn't really going to be worth the time, energy, and disappointment that sets you up for in terms of forming future relationships. Also, by accepting that relationship on his terms, you're not really sending a clear feedback loop there that doesn't necessarily work for you. And what's going to be difficult for him is if he feels he's been really clear with you about what kind of relationship he wants, and then you independently build up some expectations and start to want more from him, then he feels like by not committing, his actions are upsetting you, and this pressure and this bad environment around commitment starts to be created. Instead, it's going to probably feel a lot more empowering for you to just be like, I really appreciate you being upfront with me. That's not really where I'm at right now, but it's been fun getting to know you. If you can be gracious, chilled, and let it go, if anything, that will send the feedback loop to him to think, you know, maybe this person is someone I am okay to compromise for. Maybe this person is someone I want to build a relationship with. Now, you may hear some other dating advice that says if you get a disclaimer message from a guy and you know that you would really rather have a commitment, that it's okay to keep seeing him. You just have to deprioritize him and kind of give him as much back as he's giving you. So you know what, if he's giving you 10% of his commitment, you give him 10% of yours. You go out there, you meet other guys or women, you have a great time, and just don't invest too much time or energy in him. Now, this is great in principle if you can emotionally, morally pull it off, and that's cool with you. If it is, all power to you, you go for it. However, you may well not identify with being able to behave that way. You may think, well, you know what, but the problem is if I meet someone I like, I'm an all-in person, or I wear my heart on my sleeve, or I just don't really feel comfortable with dating multiple people at once. It's not really me. So first of all, when you get that disclaimer message, you are going to accept what he says. You're not going to start to try and imagine that maybe he thinks or feels differently about a situation to how he does. You're going to be like, right, I totally accept. He's been really clear with me here. This is what he's able to offer me right now. Next, you're going to think, before I met this guy, was this in line with what I wanted or not? And if it's in the or not category, then we've got to think, okay, so how am I going to deal with this? Am I the kind of person that I can detach a bit, and actually I can really take that on board, and I'm just going to be open to meeting other people and just not spend too much time with him and not expect anything and take it for what it is? Or are you the kind of person that, being honest and true to yourself, you do wear your heart on your sleeve, you do find that you really commit, and when you like someone, you find it hard to see anybody else around you that's attractive? If you are this person, then make sure you send that cool, calm, casual, fun, polite message back to him, establishing a position, and let it go and keep yourself free to meet other people. Because remember, ultimately, your dating success is not about what happens with this one guy. It's about how motivated, how positive, and how amazing you feel on a day-to-day basis. If this is a space that you want to get towards, I would highly recommend that you watch a few videos that I've created for you. All you need to do is head over to hayleyquinn.com/real love. The link is below this video right now, so get onto that. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and all that good stuff. Anyway, I hope to speak to you soon, and have a really good rest of your day.